Cam, with you leading the guys with 18 points, did you feel like you were playing with that sense of urgency that you said you wanted to create lately?
Yes, I mean, I felt like I played with it last game as well. I mean, it just showed up in the box score, and that's really the only difference. You know, some games it will, some games it won't, but I'm still going to remain myself on the court, so that's really just what I try to do.
You also talked last week about taking a step forward and then taking a step back. Does this kind of feel like a step back after Saturday?
I mean, yeah, if you want to look at it as a result, if you want to say that, but you know, it's hard to find. Like I said before, every game is different, so we've created a new challenge for ourselves in this game, and we didn't execute at the rate that we were supposed to. I mean, then in the second half they just flat out made shots and played harder than us, and that's what it comes down to.
For either of you guys, what do you think made you all able to go on that run toward the end of the first half? And what do you think made it hard to made it where you all didn't keep that going in the second half?
That time period that we came back, we just played harder than them. That's what it came down to. We rebounded, we boxed out, and we was running the transition, And second half, we started off not getting stops, so we couldn't get in transition like we wanted to. And that's the key part to our game, is getting stops, is getting out of transition.
Do you guys feel like the offense is kind of a moving target for you guys right now? You started making steps forward the last few games, and then it seemed like it reverted a little bit.
I mean, I don't feel like our offense is taking steps back. It's just that the fact of that we didn't get stops. That takes a big chunk out of our offense. If we allow teams to score, then Avery can't get out and push in the transition as much, or me and Diz and Lindy don't get those open looks that they need to get. So it's all predicated on our defense and us getting stops, and that's what dictates our offense.
What was Mike's message to you guys after that?
We just got to find it within ourselves. We got to make this happen ourselves. At the end of the day, we can't come out in the second half and play like the way we did. Period. There's really no way around that. So we have to find out amongst ourselves if this is really what we want to do, and take advantage of it. Otherwise, then we won't have a great time going forward.
How do you think you do that? Do you get angry? Do you just keep going to work? What do you do? I mean, how do you emotionally go about that?
Just take a look at just it starts with yourself. When I try to be a leader on this team, but it starts with myself. If I got to keep myself in check before I definitely try to help others or go around. So it starts with yourself, and so on, 1 through 15. Everybody it starts within. So I mean, there's really no emotional adjustment you gotta make. You can't get mad, you can't get sad, you can't get that's not gonna change anything. You just gotta work. Because at the end of the day, it sounds cliche, but nobody really cares if we're 0-6 or not. They're trying to beat us the next game, or 0-7. They're coming to get a win. So we have to have the same mindset.
It's been kind of an emotional couple days for basketball as a whole. How did you guys find out, I guess, about the news of Kobe, and do you have any favorite memories from his playing days?
I mean, he found out before practice. He knew. I found out after practice. And, it was kind of unbelievable. It's still shocking. Things kind of really just feel weird. Most celebrity deaths don't really get to me. But, Kobe felt like, I don't know how to explain it, but y'all all kind of feel that same connection with Kobe, even though he didn't know who we were. But, it was something tragic that happened. And, we can't really just dwell on it. Condolences to him and his family. And, that just teaches you to just try to embrace life, because you never know when it might end.
Anything else, guys? I'll be right back with Coach. Thank you, gentlemen. Yeah. Congrats to Kansas. They've got a good team, obviously a terrific coach. And they outplayed us, particularly in the second half. And the result is what it is. I don't want to gloss over the game at all. I'll take any questions I have, but I do want to thank our fans for showing up and honoring the 10 members of our program who lost their lives 19 years ago. It's really, really important that we continue that. So thanks to all of them for showing up and being loud and trying to help our team, our current team, fight for those people. But, as far as today's game, we just weren't good enough.
How do you pinpoint, is the offense a moving target? How do you diagnose what's going on with the offense?
This game is a lot of things. One thing it isn't is it's not easy. But to win at the level that we play this game at, you got to work really hard. You got to believe, and then you got to have courage when you go out there and play that you can do it. And we're working really, really hard. I believe that. I'm not sure exactly where we are in the other two right now.
What do you think went well for you guys at the end of that first half, where you guys, made that run there?
So that's where the head scratching comes in for me, because we did play with some confidence and some aggression, and we made some courageous drives and attacked. But that's all we talked about for the last 24 hours preparing for this game. That's how you got to play. I mean, how we weren't able to do it for a full game, not really sure. But that's all that happened. We played harder than they did for about 7.5 minutes of the game and put ourselves in position. If we grab a rebound in the last 10 seconds of the half, we got the ball with a chance to go into the half no worse than a one-possession game, maybe tie it if we hit a three. Instead, it was a two-possession game, which isn't the end of the world. I mean, in a game at this level, that's very, very understandable, especially as poor as we started offensively. But we didn't come out with the same kind of fire, energy, passion to start the second half as we ended the first half. And
what happens there? I mean, to end the second half the way you guys did, and then to start the second half, missing out on the first 10 shots. What kind of goes into that?
That's a good question. I'm not sure I have an answer for that, to be honest. I'll tell you what I told the team at halftime. I thought we were in a really good place. I thought that we were in position to carry that momentum on into the second half and take the first swing. We had the ball offensively to play aggressively and attack and to continue to let our defense help create offense for us, because in the half court we've struggled some, and they're really good. They got a guy inside that we don't have an answer for. So we needed to play the game in transition as much as possible. And when that didn't happen to start the first half, or the second half, we let our lack of shot making affect us defensively. We gave up way more easy baskets in the second half. We had many more breakdowns. And one of the things that this team has not done a great job of, and everything starts with me, we haven't handled adverse situations in game very well. Right? When a team goes on a 6-0, 8-2, 10-1 run, how do we respond to that? And it's something we got to continue to work on to get better. We got a lot more games to play.
Cam talked about guys needing to look within themselves. Is that kind of something that you preached to them after that loss?
I'm glad Cam said that. He's a leader. He's earned the right to say that to his teammates. And so maybe that's a good start for us.
What do you think of Christian Brown for that?
He's a good player. Obviously had a really big impact on today's game. I don't know if that was his career high, but it can't be far off. I know he hit maybe 5 or 6 threes in one game. So, he's somewhere in that range. He's going to be a really good player for a long time. He obviously, knowing they're down, is a guy that they need to step up, and he feels comfortable out there helping his team have success. So, hats off to him.
Have some success over the weekend and then not be able to build on it. You worry about a team's confidence, even more after that set of circumstances.
Not necessarily. We don't have time for that. We really don't. I mean, you're either going to be a big boy and be ready to play big boy basketball, or you're not. I mean, it's really not complicated. I mean, we did play a good team today. I don't want to take anything away from what Kansas did. They won the game. I don't want to make this just about our players not playing well. We didn't play well in part because Kansas made us not play well, and Bill Self did a better job consistently through the game than I did. But I mean, again, if we're going to feel sorry for ourselves, we may as well just just call it in. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to try to help us beat them. So get over it. Get over it. If you don't have confidence, work harder. Nobody cares.
Comes a point when a team goes through what it's going through that you are right now, where a coach says there's not much more I can do. Are you at that point, and what more can you do to help fix what's happening here?
Man, no, I don't necessarily think that. It is basketball, and obviously in light of the stuff that we're dedicated this game to, in particular, in light of what happened with Kobe last night, I don't want to make this like some life and death deal, But in the context of the season, we got another game Saturday. Come back to practice, work harder, try to get ready, and play hard for 40 minutes. That's what you do. There's no time to feel sorry for yourself or hope that people, you've been through a lot. It's enough of that. I don't want any sympathy. I don't expect any. We should be criticized. Our fans deserve better. They deserve a program that can continue to improve during the season. Now, will I say that when we were 7-0, I'll go back there and let's talk about top 25. Well, we're a top 25 team? Probably not. Not at any point are we a top 25 team. Are we as bad as we've played some in the last 3 weeks? Probably not either. It's on us to find that happy medium wherever that is, whatever this team's capacity to have success is. We have an obligation to find that. But we are still building this program from not being necessarily the best place to build it from to start. So no excuses. We got a job to do. We'll keep recruiting and getting good players and trying to put our kids in position to be successful.
Coach Boynton, you mentioned the fans showing up for Remember the 10. How would you describe what it's like for you just tonight to be around the families and keep teaching the younger guys what it means?
I said this to the families earlier when I spoke to them. It's one of my greatest responsibilities as the head coach here for this basketball program. And winning a championship is a goal of mine, and restoring our perception to where it's a program that people expect to have success year in and year out. That's part of our goals. But the people in our program are what matter the most. And none matter more than the families of the people who lost their lives here, literally given the ultimate for being a part of this. I don't know if I really had a great appreciation for it before I came here, and even more so once I became the head coach. A big part of it because I got to meet those people. I got to look them in the face and shake their hands and hug them and tell them that, yeah, we have an obligation to you guys to uphold that promise that was made back then. And we'll continue to do that. So it means a lot.
The tragedy with Kobe earlier, do you have any Kobe stories? I know you have that picture with Michael Jordan. I'm not sure if you have anything similar with Kobe.
Yeah, no, I never met Kobe. Unfortunately for me, I'm sure he could have probably helped me in some way, shape, or form just by being around him. Obviously, really, really tragic situation. certainly feel the most for his wife and his remaining children, and also the other families. I mean, there's a lot of people just hurting right now. But I am a man of faith. I know that's inevitable for all of us. And I don't question anything that God does ever. I don't ask why, just like I don't ask why my team is struggling right now. Just try to figure out how to continue to do my part to make it better. And, you know, I'm thankful that I had an opportunity to watch Kobe play for as long as I did. Just like we all should be thankful that we got to see him play, we should be thankful we had the opportunity to have the people who lost their lives and to remember the 10 for however long we had them. They're all different ages, obviously. So that's how I look at it. And, you know, obviously unfortunate situation for his family, but, you know, there's some good out there that's going to come from every tragic situation.
There's a mental side in every single sport there is, and really in everything we do in life. This team, it looks like, you know, there's clearly, whether it's confidence or there's more than just a basketball game skill-wise going on, and that's just a part of every team. They're struggling through this moment. Can you take a moment at whether you're an assistant coach, whether you're a player, whether it's off the court, that you lack confidence or mentally, you know, you need some just some mojo to go your way, that maybe you can help this team and provide them some, you know, just a boost to get them going back their way?
I don't know if I can pinpoint a situation that dragged on like this kind of has. I'm not wired that way. I'm just not. I don't believe in. I know I can always do something to help. I've got to do my part. Probably the closest example I could probably point to was, you know, not getting the Stephen F. Austin job, which I talked about. You know, it was at the time the only job I really ever thought that I could get as a head coach. And so when I got the call from the AD that I wouldn't get it, it was probably the most disappointed that I've been, certainly as a professional. I lost my brother when I was 5 years old, before he ever came home from the hospital. And so that was a fairly tragic, but I was really young. So as a professional, not getting that job was tough. But you know what I did the next day? I packed my bags and I came to Stillwater as an assistant coach and worked my tail off and just believed in that. And a year later, I was named the head coach here. So probably the closest, but again, those things don't last long for me. I don't believe in things changing for you. I believe in being an active participant in making things change. And obviously, that's what we have to do as a team.
Over the next few days, do you, I don't know, try anything different or try to do something to spark them to want to actively change how this is going?
No, I've got a so my task is multifaceted. I'm trying to still build a program. Whether we won or lost tonight, my job tomorrow is to go recruiting. And that won't change because we lost tonight. I want to help this team have success. I also want to make sure that we continue to build the talent pool that we have to work with. And that's what I'll do tomorrow.
Several recruits were here today. What would be your message to them of, hey, you obviously had a lot of fans here tonight that wouldn't like it was all bad, but just what's your message to those guys as you continue to chip away?
We're building. We're building, and you know, we're in year 3 of this, and you know, not an excuse. We're playing basically. Well, JL's played a little bit better the last 2 weeks or so, week and a half. We're playing 3 seniors primarily and a bunch of young guys who don't really know how to win yet. They will be good players, but I still believe that we're heading the right way, and not to look past this year, but as I continue to do my job as the leader of the entire program, we got to continue to build as we move forward for the future.
Anything else, guys? Thank you. I'll let you guys know about Thursday.